Hello everybody, it's the Harbinger. This is Wingspan Asia on Steam, and this is our opening hand. No Asia burns in the opener, but the red light partridge is a really good early egg layer, so we will keep this guy in mind. It's also the only guy that's brown, so that makes me a little bit skeptic for this opening hand here, but yeah, a rough is good in the as an early bird, but you do need to have excess cards in hand that you don't want to play, so you can cycle them through him to gain these 12 additional points over the course of the game. I think he's good enough to keep around, but he is not something I am very excited to get, because we need resource gaining in the early game. A red leg that's going to give us that in bucket loads, so I think this guy is pretty included already. He's expensive to play because 3 grain is hard to come by, but I think we can pick that up pretty easily with what's available in the bird feeder here. So I think we're gonna take the rough as well. Hooded Crow is good at getting us more cycling at the end of the round, same thing as the rough. I don't know if we want to keep 2 of these guys, but if we are already trying to keep 3 cards for the rough, keeping 3 more cards, keeping the same cards for the crow, just gives us the double benefit of that. Maybe that's actually pretty good, and we don't need to stress too much about it. Yeah, keeping both of these is probably fine. It's gonna be hard to keep all of the eggs and stuff, keep all of the food we need to play all of these, but we will have to make do here. So let's look at some other stuff here. White-headed duck is draw 3 bonus card and keep 1, which is an Asia bird. I think that's an okay bird to try to find a pretty good bonus card for yourself. Brown Shriek. All players may cage worms from their personal supply on a bird in the grasslands. Not gonna work for us because we don't have food generation at this point. Mute Swan is a really good potential pickup for us. Also leans into tucking a lot of cards, which we already want to do, but the Mute Swan is going to make us spend more cards than we are drawing in a lot of cases, and we need to keep having excess cards around the rough and hooded crow, so I don't think the Mute Swan is the play here. We kind of need to find a way to get into the grasslands and then into the forest so we can get some more food going. But I think this is an okay opener. Birds with an egg limit of 2 or less. I mean, we have 2 of them already, so we need so many of them to work. Wetland data analyst, we could do rough into hooded crow and just build something larger afterwards. I think that's at least better than to try to think too much about getting 8 birds with low egg capacity. So yeah, I think this is the opener here. Do we pick the Mute Swan or not, though? So the reason I think it's maybe not for us this time is that we basically need to get access to 3 cards here before we can tuck to it and gain a surplus of cards. And we need that surplus to build up a surplus so we can activate the rough, activate the hooded crow, but it might be okay. I think we are playing the rough first, though. Play it for these 2 foods so we can have a nectar in our back so we can play whatever forest bird we are offered. And let's see here, Sri Lanka Blue Magpie is a really good bird. It helps you get access to more food in the forest. I haven't played it on the video yet, but I have played it in the actual board game, and it's really bonkers. It's 9 point in itself, and it just lets you transition tons and tons of food generation into additional points, and it just goes crazy. This should be a lot lower in base points if it were to be any fair of to the other birds. It doesn't fit with what we are trying to do, though, so I think we need to try to find something else here. Carolina Wren. I guess you I guess we can play you for card advantage. So yeah, let's pick you up. Let's also pick up the mute swan. Green beater. If there's at least one bird tree that has worm's fruit cost, tuck one of them behind this bird. It's a neat way to cycle cards away from the tray, but it doesn't help us get more food, so I don't think we're gonna go for that. But I do like the idea of playing out something here that draws us more cards, since we do need more cards. And here is a laughing kookaburra that can help us gain a little bit more food. Okay, so I think... Let's see. We do want to play the... Oh, we can play you in between the ruff and the hooded crow if we want to play them up here. So we could play... we could take 2 food, we could play the... and then lay some eggs, play the laughing kookaburra into hooded crow, into mute swan, and then we get access to 3 cards here. We can tuck 3 cards every time we pass through, get access to a lot of tucking from the ruff and the hooded crow. I certainly think that and we still are on point for the wetland data list. I think this is an okay direction to take the game here. Main benefit is that we are getting food we need to play these 2 birds, so he's not a dud, and he's then we can we should probably also work towards playing the red-legged partridge. We should probably do that before we are laying eggs, just because we are getting so much more value out of our grasslands actions if we are doing that. And I think we can afford to delay it 1 turn. And let's like take food twice gives us red-legged and the laughing kookaburra, so I think it's okay here. And do we we still have it because we can take a rodent for the kookaburra. Let's so we can hit either grain, worm, fish, nectar. Yeah, any dice except any die will help us get where we want, so we can afford to reroll and maybe get another nectar, because the nectar game is still something we care about. And let's push for nectars in the grasslands, I think, since there is a non-zero chance that we are only playing red-legged in the grasslands, because we are already gaining 5 eggs in action from the grasslands now, so we don't need to activate the grasslands as much. Put eggs in here and eggs in there. 5 eggs in a single action in the first round is pretty darn good. And then we play out the laughing kookaburra here, and I think we eat an egg out of the ruff, since it has the most limited egg capacity of the birds we care about, and it's it's not a round and goal we need to care about. Up to 3 cards tucked. I still think we should keep hooded crow and mute swan around, because they are going to be really good for our future game plan, but the Horsefields bronze cuckoo isn't something we need to worry about. Then it's only a matter of do we pick up a 9-pointer here that lets us cache food. It's a 9-pointer. I don't think it's particularly good for us, so I am going to hold off on that. We need more food to be produced if we are to have that guy as a way to generate points, and I want to have that food available before we are doing anything more here. Mandarin Duck. Draw 5 cards from the deck, add 1 to your hand, tuck 1 behind this bird, give 1 to the player, and discard the rest. That is a cute bird to play in between the Hooded Crow and the Mute Swan again. It will help us finish off Wetland Data Analyst, which is great, and it will help us draw cards for the Ruff and the Hooded Crow to discard or to tuck. Just having a lot of random tuckers in the wetlands seems like a fun idea to me, so I am quite eager to make it happen. We are struggling a little bit to get all the food we need, but I don't think it's crazy to go for this. If it had been available nectar here, I think it would have gone for a play. Let's do this. Take this and that. That's enough to play the Mandarin Duck. Then we can play that guy out. Then we can go over here. We can then we can work towards playing the Hooded Crow and then play the Mute Swan. We should also try to put eggs into the stuff like the Laughing Kookaburra. And you know what? We should just like take food 3 times, lay eggs, play these guys out. Oh, actually, this is really good for the opponent if they try to copy my red-legged partridge. But I don't think that the opponent will think of that since it's AI. But this is something we should probably have denied if it was an actual game running here, but it's not, so we don't have to worry too much about it. The only thing I am worrying a little bit about is should we draw cards just so we have the excess cards to tuck to the Ruff and to the Hooded Crow now? Or should we just go through here once more? I think we go through here once more, just because it's 2 food and it's taking us in the direction we want to go. Hooded Crow comes out here for 3 nectars. Yeah. We are in no rush to, or we're not in a rush to activate the red-legged partridge more than necessary. Or maybe we should have done that, because this is 5 points in action, which is really good. Yeah, maybe I regret not doing that. Putting eggs into the Calarina Wren for the running goal is also nice. And now we just need to get cards so we can tuck to the Ruff, tuck to the Hooded Crow. Yeah. Trumpeter can't be played here. That's too bad, but we have some other cool options available here. The Great Indian Bustard. Score 1 of your bonus cards now by caching Drain from the supply on this bird for each point. Also score it normally at the game end. That is going to be really great because we can get 8 points out of Wetland Data Analyst. Only get we can tuck 2 cards to the Ruff here. I think that's going to have to be no. Hang on. Activate the Mandarin Duck first because he draws us a card. Okay, so Crystal Ibis, draw 2 bonus cards. Other players may do as that as well. We can't really do that because we plan to play the Mute Swan there, but it's an interesting choice. We can also maybe want to play out something like the Metallus Warbler. No, whatever we pick here is gonna get cycled, so let's just pick a card we can't use anyway. Then we are gonna cache the Tucked Warbler, and we need to give something to the opponent. I'm gonna give them a 0-point bird that has a meaningless ability. Okay, that's that. Then Ruff is gonna cycle the Crested Ibis, European Roller, and the Trumpeter Swan. It is tempting to keep the Swan over the Mute Swan, but I think the Mute Swan is gonna be better long term. Yeah, that's the general idea here. We get to draw 3 more cards, then we get to tuck 1 card here and draw something back up. Okay, lots of end of round powers here in the wetlands, and I really like it. Okay, nothing new in the tray, just regular guys here standing out. I think I like the idea of playing out White Start. I'm just not sure if it's the correct idea or not. Playing out this guy lets us have the option of getting 4 food and action in the future, and I think that's good enough. We can play it out with the food we have already, and so now we can sack like the Cooper's Hawk to draw all of these foods here, bringing us much faster up to speed. So we are basically spending a turn on the food to play a 1-point bird to help us get from 2 food and action to 4 food and action, because we have access to some amount of additional card draw here. And now I think we put eggs into here and lay eggs here. Get 5 eggs, so we can remove eggs from rough with this play here. And we should have spent all the nectars we could for this mute swan here. No, we can get the food of the laughing kookaburra. And that doesn't help us because we have the wrong food here. We can't combine it with anything. No, never mind. Maybe we can draw another card. We can use to play with the nectar. Yellow bittern. Draw the middle card in the slot of the tray. Yeah, whatever. That's just worse than a mallard. Can't be played. Can't be played. Can't be played. Okay, we can at least tuck these 3 birds, draw a golden-headed Sistola. Great card for later, but we can't utilize it just currently. And I think that's just solidifying that we wasted a nectar. Ah well, it's fine. Let's draw a worm here. We get a free grain from the opponent, and they save us lots and lots of tears. Okay, we are using that to play out, I think, the Dick Sizzle. We don't care about activating this guy now or later, so yeah, this guy comes out. Next time we go here, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of 2 birds in a single habitat, which is bonkers. Alright. Yeah, it's irrelevant which bird we take it off, but yeah, that's fine. We have the gold crest, golden headed Sistola, and whatever we draw of the mandarin duck here to cycle to the rough. Which is a shame, because I like both the puffin and the shoveler, even though we can't fit them. Also like the blue winged warbler. As a final round play, what's this? White throated kingfisher. Choose any die, roll it up to 3 times each time. If you roll a worm, fish, or a mouse, cage 1 here. If not, stop and return, or roll through to the caged here this turn. This is push your luck bird, and I'm not gonna play it this time. I think it's included in the video I made in the beta for the push your luck birds, and in general I think you should push your luck at all cases, but maybe this bird was the one where you should stop at 2. Anyways, let's just draw it up for funsies, and we are going to tuck the Atlantic puffin. And we need to give something to the opponent. They can have the California quail. It's a little bit too late in the game for it to actually work. So there is that. Then we are gonna draw up a common sandpiper here. Draw 1 card for each bird in the wetlands with an egg on it. Keep 1 discard the rest. And yeah, you all guys are gonna be turned into different cards here. Okay. And yeah, 1 player has 69 points here. I think that could be us, because we have 8 points off our bonus card. Something is wrong with the looking at this here, because sometimes I see my own score and sometimes I see the opponent's score, and that's just a little bit confusing. Anyways, now we do need food to play the Great Indian Bustard, and we need cards to spend here, tuck in the dick sizzle, and such stuff. But I think we start here just so we can delete eggs off the rough when we play this Great Indian Bustard, and then we can get access to lots of good stuff here. But let's also go here first, maybe, so we can get access to a little bit more cards in case we want to do something else, or at least know what more we want to do. I think playing this guy is just guaranteed, because it's 6 points plus 8, so it's like 14 points, and we know that. Anyways, look at some more cards here. This is probably our final card draw session. We are not going to play the Eurasian Marsh Harrier. Up to 3 times draw cards from the deck. When you stop, the bird total wingspan is less than 110 centimeters. Tuck them behind this bird, if not discard them. Yeah, it's just too much of stuff to talk about there. Commentate: for every 3 eggs in your wetlands, draw 1 card from the deck. You may tuck up to 2 cards from your hand behind this bird every round end. It's so much text on these Asia birds, but yeah, I'm all for it. Canada Goose, a little bit late to the party, but I guess he could have been a fun one to play if we had known about them earlier. Thank you for that grain, Mr. Sir. Okay, so now it's like we are gonna play the Great Indian Bustard. And we are going to go down here, I think, 3 times. So, or we need to draw food once. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional cards. We can afford to activate the Dick Sizzle twice and still have 3 cards for the Rough. And for the Hooded Crow, we also get something for the Mandarin Duck. Yeah, we can afford to spend cards here and here, but if we are already wanting to go here, why not just get as many nectars as we can, get the food, then we can push up to here, make 2 foods and cards into more eggs instead. Yeah. We get 2 activations of the entire thing. That's enough to fill up the rough. We don't need to activate the rough first. Yes, okay. I am convincing myself that this is the place to go. Sack the Canada Goose, so we can try to get as many nectars as we can here. And when we are here, it doesn't matter if it's cards or food. So basically we turned the card into the rodent, and then we got access to even more food later. Play out the Great Indian Bustard, okay. And now we are getting
Great
to...
Indian Bustard. This critically endangered bird can weigh as much as 18 kilograms, making it the heaviest flying bird.
Yeah, when you play this guy, if you already have done your bonus card and get 8 points out of it, it's just a really good deal. And yeah, it also helps us out with the white and no power thing here. I guess we could even play the painted bunting if we would want to try to steal this. No, we will just tie. So I think it's better to spend cards to cycle to the Dick Sizzle. Spend the food here to get 2 more eggs. Yeah, 4 food is 4 eggs. 2 cards is 2 points and 2 eggs on the Dick Sizzle. 2 activations on the red-legged is 6 points, which is really good. And yeah, we're gonna get a card in the Manor Dark. Yeah, I think this is just the perfect conclusion to our game plan here. Play out stuff, we don't care about where the eggs are, tuck a painted bunting, and lay some eggs. And spend the resources, always spend the resources when you can. Spending resources efficiently means that you are winning more likely than not. Okay, so it took a while for us to gain the additional resources, but the fact that we had the red-legged partridge so long is just very key to getting so many additional resources that it doesn't matter that we had to play the Carolina Wren early and play the Ruff early as our first guys, because because this guy basically gave us 3 additional resources every activation, and that's just a really good ability. It's borderline it's borderline should be illegal, because it doesn't cost us anything except egg space, and egg space is something we have a lot of. And yeah, let's see where we end up. There are some spoilers around. It was 116 later, and it's apparently 120 now. So yeah, we should be scoring some amount of points here. 26 points in birds played is not that good. 8 points off the bonus card. We got that twice, remember. 19 points from endless rounds, and we are gonna have quite a few eggs. We're gonna have 22 of them, and we're gonna have at least 8 points on food cards, and then it's a truckload of tech cards for 24 of them, and we're ending up at 120 points. And considering that we had no card advantage, no food advantage for a long part of the game, I think 120 is a really good score. Only and yeah, the only thing we had going for us was the red-legged partridge, and it's really hard to make to play that off the early game, because it's triple the same food, which means you either have to overpay for it or you have to get your food engine up. We didn't have a food engine, or we had the Laughing Kookaburra, but we didn't have a food engine that got us the red-legged partridge. But since we had this guy down here, we kinda got away with playing such an expensive card. We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds worth 3 or fewer points. It's very rare that I do that, and none of those birds are like the Grey Warbler or the Stern Reed Warbler or any of the other plain other birds. But I think I'm happy with how this game turned out here. Especially the Great Indian Bustard is a busted bird. It's one of the most contested birds that is arriving in the Asia expansion, because it allows you to score these bonus cards. It's one of those plain other bonus card birds that lets you preemptively know how many points you're getting from it. So when you're playing like the Whooping Terrain, it's like a toss-up. You get the 6-pointer, and you might get a 0-point bonus card, you might get a 5-point or 4-point, but when you play this guy, you already know up front what you are getting from it. And it's if you can't get anything good from it now, you can always keep it towards the end of the game, and you can play it if you want to, and you can not play it if you can't get the value. So yeah, and it's like it's one of the bonus cards gives you points out of how many bonus cards you have. So if you just draw this guy, you basically should try to hunt bonus cards birds and try to just get a double a double score of 15 points from that bonus card, and then this guy just nets you 21 points in a single play. Yeah. In addition to all the other bonus cards you're getting. But I'm talking way ahead of myself. I enjoyed this game. We got to play a great bird for the first time, and that's an American duck with the only birds we played this time. And I think it's fun that we had triple round and cards here that we actually activated habitat a little bit with as well. But anyways, this is it for today. Thanks for watching. This is Harbinger. We've been playing Wingspan Age expansion on Steam, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.